dresses. Forgot them!
Well, hello.
Oh, hello there.
If you're like me and you don't dress like the masses, if you're into alternative fashion, whimsical dressing, and you love to thrift, one thing you may know is that between the months of September and October is actually one of the best times to thrift. And the reason for this is because thrift stores are putting out their Halloween costumes. But when they do this, they're not just putting out big box Halloween costumes, but they might also be putting out vintage items, unique items, and things generally that can pass for costumes, but for those of us that dress a little bit different, we might find some real gems. So even though I haven't been doing a lot of thrifting lately, I wanted to make sure I went into some thrift stores, namely Goodwill, because they have the biggest Halloween section. So that's what I did the other day. That being said, I'm gonna take you guys along with me. After which I'm going to be doing a little bit of a haul. I'm also gonna be hauling a few bits and bobs that I picked up here or there online, as well as a couple stores that I might have popped into while running errands. Don't judge me. So let's step into the time machine and go back a few days ago and go thrifting. Everyone knows that you can't go thrifting without a little sweet treat. Those are the rules, I don't make them. So with our coffee in hand, we headed into the Goodwill. I immediately was drawn to this fairy statue, however, she is missing a wing. And although I really like these bookends, they are very cool, I do own some very similar, so I did leave them for someone else to find. And I also didn't get this dragon scale mug. My husband informed me that we own too many mugs, so I did leave it behind. And I also admired these cottagecore dishes, however, I did leave them for someone else.
Potatoes.
This is pretty cute. It's giving Coraline Whimsical vibes a little bit. These guys have the right idea. I need to get back on my meditation routine, because that anxiety dough. So when thrifting in the Halloween costume section, one of the places I like to start are the formal dresses. You'll find a lot of really beautiful ball gowns in here, and I've even found some vintage ball gowns as well. The witchy dresses is also a good place to look because this is where they stash a lot of velvet vintage 90s whimsigoth dresses, as well as a lot of other random things like this beautiful whimsigoth skirt. I like to go by the feel of things sometimes when it's too jam-packed. You can really tell when something's just a cheap costume or when it's an actual garment. Like here we have a really cute denim jacket. I kind of have some regrets about leaving this denim one. I could have added some patches. And then there's a really pretty leather one. Didn't grab that either. But yeah, you really just gotta dig through and you'll really notice the difference between the cheap crap and the good stuff. They really did have a lot of really cool gems just mixed in with all the crappy costumes. Like, look at this Betsy Johnson corset dress. So freaking stunning. It's giving Rapunzel. I thought it was a skirt at first, but the lace-up goes on the back and then the front is the tube top. And I thought this was a really cool velvet coat. It's giving brown coats. I will remember you. And speaking of coats, who is this diva? I love her. Sadly, Rapunzel did not fit. I have been crying about it for 3 to 5 business days, but it's fine. I didn't care for how this fit in the dressing room, however, looking back at it, I could have chopped the sleeves off and it could have been a really cool swooshy vest, so I have some regrets there. And then, unfortunately, this skirt kind of fit my hips weird, made me feel a little bit like a potato, so I did not grab it. And here's me being stubborn, trying desperately to find something to take home with me, because at this point I tried everything on and nothing fit, and I put back the mug, and I was very sad. But, let's try that again. Same routine here. We're gonna rifle through the crap to find the nice textures, and looky here, we have a Liz Claiborne.
I live in the shadows.
Okay, but this could have been the find of the century, my favorite color, and it has velvet. Subtle foreshadowing. And it's Deadstock Adriana, a brand I've been after. This may appear to be a common straw bag, however, I have plans for you. I'm forbidden from buying any more fall decor until we have a house that's big enough to hold all the crap that I've bought, but let us admire together. This is tempting, but if my first thought is, where am I gonna put this, and I don't immediately come up with an answer, she's gotta stay. Which admittedly has caused some regrets, because when you think of a place after the fact, you end up kicking yourself. Van Gogh was stuck in there. I wanted to pull it out to give you a better look, but I could already tell hanging from the rack that this dress was entirely too small, but I love the color. And this vintage little number definitely was giving Lisa Frankenstein. However, just like the other dress, I could tell it was too little for me. But good news, everyone. Did have some success with this purple velvet cardigan thingy. Love the color, love the print, love the texture all around. But the Adriana dress, on the other hand, I am mad. Wouldn't even go down my hips, let alone zip up. So don't mind me, I'm just gonna cry about it later, just like I cried about it when I got home. It's fine. And this, kids, is why you try stuff on, because I was just gonna buy these and not try them on, but look, they make my waist look weirdly lumpy.
Get the lump out of here!
I do already own this copy of The Hobbit, but look, twin, where have you been? Yes, there were two. So I guess if anyone wants to start a book club, you know where to go. To round out my nerdiness, here is a book about Seven of Nine from Star Trek Voyager. And then I also like to check the classic literature as well. I've collected quite a few classic stories already, like I already own this copy of Moby Dick, and you know I already have all of the Sherlock Holmes books. Oh my god, I was just looking at these online.
Oh, you were looking for this?
This is, remember I bought one of these?
Oh. What are these?
I have this one.
Oh, shoot.
This is $1.99. Damn, I spent a lot more than that. Magical Beasts. Fabled Lands. Fall of Camelot. These are, yeah. I have the dragons.
Several days later.
So first, let's start with what I got at the Goodwill. I have been very picky with clothes lately, but I've also been looking for very specific styles. So the only piece of clothing that I got that specific day, I got the purple velvet rose duster jacket thingy. I thought this was really unique and beautiful. It fit me nicely, and I really do love this color. People who have been watching my videos lately know that I've been loving my purple, so I definitely had to pick this up. The brand is only in LA. The next place that I really made out like a bandit at was the book section. First, I'm gonna start with this book, Bramley Hedge Spring Story by Jill Barklem. I really loved the illustrations in this. It felt very whimsical and cottagecore, and I've been kind of collecting children's books here or there just in case. And this one's pretty small. I figured this would be a really cute little book to keep on hand to add to my little library. But of course, this is what I'm most excited about. I actually picked up the fairy version of this book online. I saw it on TikTok and I was like, that's cute. And I really wanted a book that had like various artworks throughout history with regard to like fairies and things like that. Because I do love to collect fantasy fairy tale books, but I really like the idea of a book going into the different cultures and the different stories and lore. And as it turns out, this is actually a series. So I picked up quite a few of the books. I did spend more than $1.99 on the initial book that I found online, so I was a little bit annoyed, like, dang it. But firstly, we have Legends of Valor. Then we have Magical Beasts, Fabled Lands, The Fall of Camelot, Water Spirits, so like mermaids, sirens, Dwarfs, Seekers and Saviors, and then lastly we have Dragons. Yeah, so I was very excited about that. And the fact that I was looking at these books on Mercari and eBay just a few days before, pretty freaking stoked. And then the last thing that I got at this specific store is this round wicker bag. I actually was looking for this exact bag or a bag exactly like this for a DIY that I have an idea for, a fairycore DIY. So I instantly grabbed this because I almost bought one just like this off of Amazon. You did it! And then, I didn't unpack this specifically because I wanted to haul it, but we dropped by the Assistance League, which is a local charity thrift store, and I donated a bunch of sewing materials, craft materials, and things like that because they have like a whole crafting sewing section. So since I had a bunch of leftover materials, I made sure that it went to a good home, as well as like men's clothes and nice clothing. And of course I had to pop in, and I got this cute little trinket box, and I believe this is for recipe cards, but honestly I'll probably find some other use for it since all my recipes are just randomly strewn in my camera roll. But I thought that was super cute. And then the next item, I've actually been wanting one of these for a long time, but I was looking for like the right one, if that makes sense. I believe this is called a mortar and pestle. But I thought it was really cute, and I've been wanting one, and it's super heavy. It's really nice.
Nice.
And then, so funny thing, I went back the next day because we actually, okay, I bought that the day that we went, but we missed the donation window, so we had to come back the next day. And of course, when we came back the next day, I bought more stuff. But the first thing I got is, this is actually for my husband. This is a nice button-down gingham shirt. He had a really nice gingham button-down shirt, but it no longer fits him. So I made a point to find him another one. And hey, we donated the one that didn't fit him that day, and then we found him one that fits. And then the next thing that I got that day is this rust orange velvet. It's a shirt, but I'm gonna wear it as a shacket. It's very soft, very cozy, pretty lightweight as well. Very nice fall staple, and very much my color. Speaking of velvet, I got this really cute dark purple velvet skirt off of Mercari that has this super sparkly hem on the bottom. It's almost mermaidy, but kind of not, kind of fit and flare, but it's not too tight. And I had store credit on Mercari. So instead of transferring it to my account, I used it because I didn't want to pay the service fee. So instead I paid buying fees. Girl math. And then, I've actually had this for a while, but I haven't shown it. This tapestry purse. I specifically gravitated towards this because I have a jacket with this exact fabric, and I was like, ooh, I'd be matching. And I've already used this purse. I believe it was still new. There was still like wrapping on all the hardware. And then there's a little coin purse to go with it. Like I said, I've used it once, and while I was out, I got compliments from 3 different individuals on this purse. So I say already, she's worth the money. Lastly, another Mercari purchase. Please delete that app off my phone, as well as Poshmark, except I use it to sell too, so I kind of can't do that. Kind of sad this didn't come before my sweater video. It's a freaking fall leaf pumpkin cardigan. How freaking adorable is that? Amazing. I'll take 14 more of them. Again, I sold something on Mercari and I had store credit, and I'm too stubborn. We discussed this. So yeah, that's my little haul. Feel free to leave a comment down below. What is your favorite item? Is there anything that you saw in the store that I left behind that I should have grabbed? Am I a dum-dum? Also, let me know what types of things you guys have been thrifting lately, the things that you have been looking for. I'm really curious to see what the gals and pals are currently thrifting. I'm a little bit out of the thrifting loop. I haven't been thrifting as much. I've been getting rid of more stuff than I have been buying, which is really good for me and my soul. I do miss it a little bit, but you know, my wallet does not. And with that, I'm gonna go eat dinner, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week or night or day or morning or existential crisis. Can't wait to see you in the next one. Say bye-bye, puppy. All right, bye.